Welcome to Schulte Sweeties YouTube channel. My name is Stephanie and I'm a mom of 3 girls ages 11, 7, and 5. Today I wanted to give another update. I know I gave an update a little over a month ago and about some of our changes, but we've had even more changes and things going on. So I just wanted to give another little update and tell you what's been going on. Thanks for joining me today. So, like I said, I gave an update about a month ago with some of our changes, but shortly after that, I didn't realize that some other things were going to be changing. The first thing was I talked about my oldest daughter switching her math curriculum probably next year from the Good and the Beautiful. Well, as I talked to her a few weeks ago, she said that she really wanted to switch now. She didn't want to wait till the next school year. So I was not expecting that because I thought she loved the Good and the Beautiful math at that point, but she was already getting frustrated with it. So I gave her 3 different options. They were Mr. D Math. We are in a program called Tech Prep for our state, and we could get a discount with that program. So that was one of the reasons why I looked into that one. Teaching textbooks, I thought that was a reasonable priced one. And then the last one was called Alex Math. That was one I'd never heard of before, but other people in the Tech Prep program have recommended that one. So I was like, well, I'll check it out. And that also gives us a discounted price for a subscription. So I looked into all 3 of those and I was already doing my research. And then since she wanted to speed it up and switch now, I kind of let her look over them and kind of do an example on each of them and told her about them. And she decided she would want to try the Alex Math. And so we got the ball rolling. She got a subscription and has been doing it for about a few weeks with a big break in there. But I will tell you why we took a big break in a little bit. But she is loving it and it's kind of hard to explain. So in the future, I will do a video about it, but it is an online subscription. And what she had to do was she was placed by our program in her grade level, so grade 6. And if she does like a placement test, once she's placed in there, just to kind of see where she's at and what she knows and doesn't know. And according to our program, if she scored below a 15%, she had to go to the grade below or above, I think 85%, then she would go to the grade above. Well, she scored in the 63% or something like that. So she was right there. She said she wasn't really confident in what her level would be because it was a little bit hard to do. The testing, she was like, she wasn't very confident, but she was right where she needed to be. So once they have done that, that is what she's gotten right and things. They're able to figure out what she has mastered. And so the main thing on Alex Math, you have a pie chart of different things like whole numbers and integers, fractions, multiplication, division, those type of things. And then it's all divided into like kind of micro mini lessons. So she had completed, I don't know, a good amount, like 63% of the mastered stuff. So then the rest of it, she has to work on. And now those are her micro mini lessons. And I think there's like future kind of tests and replacement and make sure that you're on track with things. And she does about 4 or 5 of those little micro lessons each day. And they don't have a lot of like extra problems to go with it, but you're constantly kind of reviewing and going through it. We're still trying to figure out the program, but so far she is loving it and it's not taking her an hour or 2 to finish math. There's no tears. And if she doesn't quite get something, then it'll go back that she hasn't mastered it and it'll come back in her micro lessons that she will learn in the future. So it's kind of hard to explain. So hopefully I'll do a video in a couple weeks after we've kind of gotten our feet wet a little more and show you a little more about it. But so far we are loving it and she is really enjoying math now. So that's a win. She's also doing Essentials in Writing now. We're a few weeks into that and no complaints, so I think that's a win too. I will do like our 7th grade options, but at this point, as long as it keeps going well, then we'll probably, she's doing a shortened version to try to finish this out by the summer or next school year. So if she does that, then we'll probably go to the next level of Essentials in Writing and also maybe add in Essentials in Literature for her for that. So then we move on to my little girls. I have a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old, and my 5-year-old is a very young kindergartner. And like I said, we're in that tech prep program in our state. So I did start her in kindergarten, even though she was very young. It was like the day before the cutoff date is her birthday. And so we're like, should we do it? But she needed some speech services, and Tech Prep offers that. And so we basically were utilizing the program so we could get the speech services done. And she's had weekly speech services online every week, and it's been so helpful this semester. I think one might have even started before Christmas. So we are really thankful for that. But since she is so young, I know in the future with this program, there will be like state testing that she has to do. So we have decided to like hold her back and do repeat kindergarten again. And it's not going to be a big deal in our household because she will just keep moving forward. But with the program, we got it approved that she's going to repeat. Then, so along with that, she has completed the Good and the Beautiful kindergarten prep and has moved right along into the level K of the Good and the Beautiful. So far, she's doing really well in her, she's reading short words and things, and it's fun when we're out and sometimes she can read like a no or zoo or different words, and it's really fun that she's starting to pick up on little words that she can read. And I think we'll probably switch her to All About Reading, but maybe after level K of the Good and the Beautiful. I like so far that it's kind of gradual, and I really like how they've redone the level K, so I think that we'll stick with that for now. We might continue with the Good and the Beautiful LA for her. It hasn't always been a good fit for all of our kids, so I'm excited to see how this works, and if we will switch to All About Reading later on. Then for her math, so we have started the Good and the Beautiful math, but she's only about 15 lessons in or so, about that much. So we have decided to switch math for her and my middle daughter, the 7-year-old. Part of that is because I kind of know the end game of how it has affected my oldest daughter with the Good and the Beautiful and just her frustrations. And then I can already see with level 2, it really increased with all the extra review problems. And it's kind of hard to figure out what to cut out because you feel like, well, they need this, and it touches on a lot of things, but it's already, I can see zapping my middle daughter with her love of learning of math too. So I kind of was already thinking about those things, and I did some research for a while. I get, kind of hyper-focused on a thing. So I was doing some research and was really looking into math with confidence. So since my youngest is only a little bit into the Good and the Beautiful math level K, I am going to switch her this year. We're going to get the books, I think, here this week. I'm going to switch her to Math with Confidence level K just to get her started in understanding how Math with Confidence is a little different. So they use the mastery approach with a little bit, I think, some spiral learning a little bit too. And I think they do things a little bit differently. So I thought I may as well just start her out now instead of starting her in the next level next year. Plus, I don't think she would be done with the Good and the Beautiful math at the beginning of the school year anyway. So we're going to go ahead and switch her, and I think that'll be fine. And she's doing pretty well in math, so I think this will be fun for her. I'm excited because Math with Confidence will have more games and hands-on, and I think that will be really helpful to both of the younger girls. I know the old Good and the Beautiful math had more games and hands-on, And that really helped my oldest when we were using the old version. The new versions don't seem to have as much like hands-on games. They have just like a quick game that's not the same as their old games were. So with my middle daughter, so she is in 2nd grade and really pretty far in her The Good and the Beautiful math. So what we are going to do is I'm just going to finish it up this school year with her The Good and the Beautiful math, because Math with Confidence, they don't have level 3 out yet anyway. So I think that'll come out this spring or summer. So what we will do is we will work on the addition facts that stick and subtraction facts that stick by Kate Snow. She's the author of Math with Confidence. So we're going to get those and work on those and make sure she has her addition facts and subtraction facts really good, because she will need those to be pretty good, I think, as she gets into multiplication and division here in the next couple years. So that is our switch with math for everyone. All 3 kids have switched math or will be switching math in the next few months. So then the next couple things we have, I mentioned we are doing French units by Homeschool Languages. We decided to stop using the actual curriculum for now, just because I don't know if it was probably me. I just felt like it was moving too fast for us. Probably wasn't, but these little units that they have been great. Well, we've just used one, but we used the games one and they loved it. The last lesson was about was playing Uno while speaking French. So that was a lot of fun, since Uno was one of their favorite games. And then I mentioned we have started history pockets. I have a video that I will link for our Evan Moore history pockets with Native Americans. We've done pretty much like one lesson because of our break, but we will get back into that and keep going. The last thing that we are kind of been working on, I don't know about you, we always start projects and it kind of looms over us for a while until like we finally just like finish it up. And so this has been for a few weeks. We've been talking about this and kind of doing some research and reading about it, but my girls have picked a person in history, a woman in history, and kind of like read about her, got books about her, studied her. They looked at things on Epic, on different books and things too, and kind of at their own level have created a poster board. And I think this week we'll kind of have them, I think they all want to dress up as their person, and they'll it's kind of like a wax museum, if you've heard that term at like a lot of like public schools. They a lot of times do that. So they will dress up and show their poster board to us. It's probably my mom and my husband and I will be the audience, and just kind of talk about her, their person. So my oldest has chosen Anne Frank. She read The Diary of Anne Frank and has been really working hard. So at her level, she is adding more to her poster board, more words and things like that. And then my middle is 7, and she has chosen Amelia Earhart. And so she doesn't have quite as much wording on her poster board, but it's going to be some pictures and things. And they've all, the younger 2 drew their people as well. And then my youngest has most pictures. We're going to add a little bit of wording to her poster board, but she chose Queen Elizabeth II. So I'm excited to see how this all goes, and maybe I can do a video and kind of show you their posters and things of how we did this. So that is kind of our homeschool update in a nutshell. So as far as our personal life, we took a big break because we just got back from a trip. We spent about 9 days out west. It was my girls' first time flying. They've never flown before, so it was a fun experience in that. Then we flew into Las Vegas, got a rental car, got to see the Hoover Dam really quick, and then we drove to Sedona, Arizona, and had a few days there where we got to just do hiking and explore the city. We'd never been there before. So that was fun, and the girls got to see a coyote, so that was exciting for them. And we also did lots of hikes there in Sedona. There are a lot of like fun hikes. They don't seem to be too crazy long, but we had some busy days. We usually hiked 5 to 6 miles every day between Sedona, and then after we went to Sedona, we went up to the Grand Canyon, kind of just stayed around there for a few hours and explored and things. And then from the Grand Canyon, we took the trip to Zion National Park, which that ended up being like a 4.5-hour drive. It was kind of crazy that day. So we probably drove over 6 hours between going to the Grand Canyon and then going to Zion National Park. When we got to Zion, we stayed just outside of the national park, and we had a really good first full day, and we got to see a bighorn sheep. We got to do some really cool hikes, and then on our second full day, it snowed. So we didn't get to do as much. We tried another hike on the day that it snowed, but like then when the snow was melting a little bit, it got really muddy and it wasn't safe. So we couldn't do as many hikes after it started snowing. Then the third full day was my birthday. I turned the big 40. So that was like kind of the point of our trip, just to get away for my birthday. And we kind of took it kind of low key that day because we couldn't really safely hike anymore, especially with our kids, and then ledges kind of get scary sometimes. And we were just kind of exhausted too. So then we flew back out. We went to Spring Preserve in Las Vegas, and that was kind of cool. It had like different museums, and it was a pretty big area. We didn't even get to see it all because we were getting hungry by that point. And then we made the mistake to go downtown Las Vegas with our kids, and it was kind of crazy. I had never been downtown Las Vegas, and so we were like holding our kids with the death grip, like just watching over them, and it just was not the highlight of our trip. So we went to the airport early to fly out, but we took an overnight flight back home. So it was a long last 36 hours or so. But we've really enjoyed our time away, and now we're just starting to get back into the groove this week, back into our normal schedule. So that is what has been happening with our homeschool and our personal life. It was just kind of a nice time to have a break, no schoolwork with us, although they had tons of learning with their hikes, and we saw a bighorn sheep, we saw mule deer, we saw wild turkeys, a coyote. So that was really the highlight, I think, of my middle daughter, who loves the animals. We really liked the hikes and the outdoors, so we had a lot of fun, but ready to get back and finish up our school year. So I would love to hear how things are going right now as we're finishing out February and finishing out this school year. So just comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day.